Hi everyone, I hope you are well. Welcome back to my channel. So if you didn't see my monthly setup, I'll link it below, but basically our month was thrown for a loop. My middle schooler was in close proximity to a confirmed COVID case and is quarantining at home while working remotely as he waits. And it's basically been a wait. He is on day 5 of missing school and he's bored. And since we live very rurally, we don't have the best internet, which is why my kids are in school. I cannot enroll them in online options without having an extra headache with 4 of us competing for the internet. And our district's online option does not offer classes for my high schooler. He's taking a lot of AP classes and their online option is basically all the generic classes. So while my middle schooler is at home still quarantining, my high schooler and my elementary kid are still going into school. In today's plan with me, I'm going back to kind of a hot mess spread that I did a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to simplify it a little bit this time. And I'll link that video below as well. But rather than going for all the colors that I normally use for time blocking, I'm just going to use a few colors that will help things stand out this week. And it'll help kind of give me a low-key and relaxing feel, even though this week is going to be anything but relaxing. These colors will still correspond to their time blocks that I've been using for almost a year now, but the blocks that are more family-oriented, I'm just going to be leaving off the spread this week. So the chores, dinner time, that kind of stuff. So the coral color is for appointments or having to be somewhere at a specific time. I mentioned previously that my middle schooler does not like riding the bus in general. Now the bus is not where he had his close contact, but he doesn't like riding it in general. He has a lot of anxiety. And the family is supposed to be sitting together. My 3 kids are supposed to be sitting together on the bus, but they've since been split up as well. My high schooler's fine riding the bus, but my middle schooler having his anxiety and not wanting to ride the bus, and now he's not even in school, my youngest, my daughter, just wants to be driven in. But I don't mind dropping her off in the mornings and bringing her back. Again, whatever I can do to help reduce their anxiety this school year is what I am going to do. That is my priority. So things like drop-offs and pickups for her, I have to be there at a specific time, dance on Thursdays and Fridays, so on and so forth. This purple color is for anything Making Sense Matter related. The blue is my household game changer, which in the monthly setup I defined as our pantry area. And finally, the red is remote learning reminders for my middle and homework checks for my other 2. So when I started pre-planning the week and I was spreading out the things that I wanted to get done on each day as far as drop-offs, appointments, etc., checking in on O as he's remote schooling for the next 2 weeks and what I wanted to get done as well, it became very apparent when I was filling out the week that I couldn't fit everything where I had initially wanted to throughout the week. I wanted to tackle our pantry a little bit each day throughout the week, but that just wasn't lining up. And since everyone is out of school on Friday and Hubs is taking Friday off as well before his next project begins, I think that it's going to be the perfect day to just go through and organize the pantry. Just make a whole family ordeal out of it. It's a tiny little pantry and I don't know how we're all going to be hovering around it, but we'll make it work. We'll give everybody a chore. Other than parent-teacher conferences, which when I filmed this, I didn't know our conference time, but I do now. The only other major appointment I have this week is O's COVID test. So it's not a super busy week like some have been in the past. But since I'm recording this voiceover on November 3rd, we've already done his COVID test. So when the Department of Health got in contact with us, he was already 3 days past exposure. I actually found out from the school. The Department of Health told me on the phone at 7 o'clock at night when they called that he needed to have an initial test within 2 to 3 days post-exposure. Nowhere was currently testing at 7 p.m. that night, 3 days post-exposure at a minimum. So Friday, I was spent trying to set up a test for him via his doctor's office, which was also a nightmare because the local hospital system and the state guidelines don't align. The state guidelines and the CDC guidelines are you need to get a test, whether you show symptoms or not, if you were a close contact. And the local hospital system is, well, if you're not showing symptoms, we won't test you. Late Friday afternoon, we finally got him scheduled on Monday morning. He is now 7 days post-exposure at a minimum. And to top it all off, when we arrived for his test, they didn't have him on the list. They didn't have it as appointment time. So we had to wait another 20 minutes for the testing site to make some calls and confirm that we did indeed have an appointment and get him on through. Also, when I set this week up, I didn't know that there would be a playoff game this Friday either. It's the last football game of the season, so our low-key marching band season is done after Saturday. That game will run from about 11:30 a.m. when they have to leave the house until about 4:30 p.m. and I think Hubs is going to go do some grocery shopping afterwards. I also need to notate that I'm taking O's temperature twice a day for the next 2 weeks, and I need to fill out the Department of Health's symptom report every day. If this isn't something front and center for me in my planner, I simply won't see it. I get enough email notifications that I tend to ignore those notifications on my phone anymore. So that's it for this plan with me. It is very simple, and I really do like this duplicate time blocking because I can see what's going on for the kids and I can see what's going on for me, and I like this minimal version a lot better. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You guys really seem to like these weekly plan with me's, and I'm trying to keep them up for you. If you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to click that subscribe button. I also do budget with me's and budget reviews. Don't forget to wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.